Hi, hi. This is Mahesh Kosuri. Here we are going to discuss of SAP Analytics Cloud planning scenarios. So in this video, I am going to discuss of currency conversion for account-based model. So we are discussing of account-based model, right? By adding the account to dimension in this model, we are calling it as the account-based model. So here, how do we do the currency conversion? Here I'm saying like currency conversion for the account based model specifically, right? Is there any difference between currency conversion for account based and measure based? Let us see first working with the account based model. Let me open the report also. Here once we open the report and we look at the data, so that we can understand easily what we need to do in the currency conversion process. Let me open the report. This is my report story dashboard. In this story dashboard, I have maintained almost around 5 pages. 5 pages. Yeah, financial planning application is here. So in my financial planning application, it looks like I have not added the other date periods. Where is this one and version also? Let me select the version actual only here. Forecast also I'm selecting here. Yeah, forecast values also here. Let me take the date to the column so that we can see the values of forecast version. Right, the forecast values are here. My forecast values are at admin adjustment data source. Of course, here you can see the value with currency, right? 600 for the India and South. For the UK, it is showing pound symbol. Okay, let us see why it is showing pound symbol. Previously, it didn't show, right? When we have uploaded the data into the system, we didn't see this kind of symbols, currency symbol, right? And when you look at this data, these forecast version values are starting from September 2024, in the sense 2024-09 onwards it started, ending by 2024-04. These forecast values. Okay, so these here I maintained additional dimension, actually currency dimension I have maintained in this model. You can see in the model. See, this is the additional dimension I have maintained, currency dimension. It is generic. This is generic, and I named it as the currency so that we can understand the data, what currency we are looking at. Okay, actually, why it is showing these values in the currency symbol? Why? Because what I have done here, this is my sign data, right? This sign data, here I have activated my currency type, unit type I have activated. I have activated unit type, and here I have defined read its currency from this dimension. From which dimension? Country dimension. So in the country dimension, this is the organizational type dimension. We know that, right? Here this dollar symbol and person responsible. If you look at these two properties, you can say that okay, this is organizational type of dimension, we can say. So if you open this dimension table, you can see I have configured the property values also. Okay, this is the entity. You understand its in currency is INR. So back in the system is understanding that okay, for this corresponding entity or for this corresponding country, whatever the transaction data is there, it will show the whatever the transaction data means, sign data. Sign data it will show in the currency only here. Okay, and understand that here we have only currency type of accounts. Okay, whether your unit price, yeah, or any other values are there, all those values we maintain in the currency type of account members only we have maintained. That is the reason here you can see in this account type of dimension, sorry, account type of model or account based model, simply we can say account based model. Here GL account is there. So whatever the accounts you have maintained here, these are all related to the currency unit accounts only, right? For every member, you maintain the account type and rate type also you have maintained. So measure for this measure, sorry, for the measure only one measure only we have maintained. That is the sign data. For the sign data, we have maintained currency. This is what overall configuration of why the data is overall configuration for the data why it is showing in the currency units because of this setting. Okay, now the currency, we know that, right? Currency is the organizational unit dimension. That's why here we have defined so that it is reading the currency units. Okay, that's fine. Now, to do the currency conversion, we need to maintain the exchange rates, FX rates we have to maintain, right? So that is our first step. We need to check where do we maintain our FX rates, forex rates, right? So if you go for the BPC system, there we have rates model. Generally in the rates model, on top of it you can create one input template. There users can enter the exchange rates, or of course you can upload the data through the flat file also into the rates model, or from the BW system, ticker values also we can pull, but ticker values mostly the actual values, right? So all the planned exchange rates, we maintain the rates uh, model by creating one input form, and that input form we provide to the users. So users, they will update their forecast forex rates there, so that we can call that forex rates from the rate model into our finance planning application. That there actually we use the script logic, right? There we use some lookup statement. From there we call the rate model, and then we do all the script calculations. So when we compare with the BPC system, here we have an option to maintain conversions in this table. Here two options you can see: the currency conversion table. Another one is the from an BPC import. So it will connect to your BPC standard system, and from there you can get the rates data into the SAC system. So users there itself, they can input their rates, forex rates in the input form. That one you can import into this table. This is cube, right? This symbol itself is showing it is the cube. So rates model it is. But here this is simply the table, currency conversion table. This is. Let us see what it is and what we need to maintain in this currency conversion table. So here I'm taking ticker plan, ticker plan or ticker FX I will put. ticker fx I'm keeping fx ticker fx I'm keeping here. Okay, this is the table format we maintain. Is there any kind of option to upload the data into the sheet into this table? There is no option. I didn't see any kind of option here. Okay. Now, this table we need to fill with the required data set. You can see here source currency, target currency, valid from, exchange rate, category, rate version, and rate type. So here, what I'm going to do, source currency is INR. INR currency I want to convert into the USD, and valid from here I'm taking August 1st onwards I'm taking exchange rate INR to USD most probably 0.012. Okay, and category, yeah, this category is like you can call any values. In general, actuals we do not process in the currency conversion. Mostly we process either budget or planning or other categories other than actuals. That's why here what I do, I will select the forecast. But this is the forecast category. Actually, we are calling from we know this forecast category. Whatever the version dimension version members we maintain in SAC, those all the version members comes under different categories like either the budget or forecast or planning. Those kind of categories will come, right? Let me take you to the model. Here is the model, and here version, if you go to the version table, here you see this is the one we have maintained through the version management. This one we have considered it as the forecast category. So this forecast category actually I am keeping here forecast. And rate version, if no category is available, then we can maintain one specific version here version I mean one specific category here. For that we maintain one rate version. This is private version, then it becomes like private version. If this version if you maintain in the report and if you enter the data, then this data will be triggered. That data will be triggered uh, for this row line item. Okay, and rate type, here generally we maintain average and closing. As you all know that average generally we use for INC and expenses items accounts, and closing we use for the balance sheet accounts. That is very quite normal scenario, right? Here I am taking the average because in this model I have maintained so far INC and expenses accounts only. Okay, INR I have maintained. Now let us maintain GBP also. GBP I have maintained USD. GBP also I want to convert to the target currency USD. And this is again I am selecting one. What is GBP to ISD? 1 GBP to ISD, it is almost 1.2. Now this is also forecast. Okay, because my data is here in this report. My data is at forecast category. Forecast one it is. Okay, this one comes under the forecast category. That's why here this one I'm selecting. So if I select this one, whatever the uh, whatever the key I have maintained here, this one will be triggered for that particular forecast one category. And this one also I am maintaining it as the average. Okay, two line items, I mean two currencies I have maintained in this conversion table. So the valid from 01 and 01 it is getting started. What is this valid from is the important thing here. Here if you look at your data, your data starting from actually September 2024 onwards, right? Your forecast data starting from September 2024 onwards, right? So if you maintain your exchange rates from 0, 1, 10, then your this one will be skipped from the currency conversion rate, right? That's what happens. So that's why what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this period to the September. September 1st I will maintain. Here also I will maintain September 1st. Okay, my forecast one data is available from this period onwards. So date I am maintaining here, and source and target currencies and their corresponding exchange rates here I have maintained. So let us save this one. Currency conversion table has been saved successfully. Now let us go to the production planning. Yeah, model. Let us go now. Now we need to do one more setting. What is then? We need to tell to the model that consider the currency conversion. So we need to enable that option in the model. This is the third step actually, right? So to enable the currency conversion, here is you can see model preferences. Come to here. Here is the conversion. Currency conversion I have already activated for this one, but currency conversion settings I will change. Okay. So currency rates table, let us take Tker, right? We have taken Tker FX. ST. EST. Tker. Tker FX. Yeah. So currency rates table, I am telling to the system that, okay, you read from, sorry. Yeah, what I'm telling to the system, this date dimension actually we have maintained in this model, right? That is the date dimension. So currency rates table here I have maintained. What I'm telling to the system, you read the data from this rates table by for the corresponding date dimension members. You need to read the model date dimension. For that for the date members, if you maintain data in, oh my god. So here I'm maintaining the model date dimension. Okay. And of course you can see here currency, create currency variable. So you can maintain the variable also. While running the currency conversion, you can select your target currency, which currency you want to convert your values. That scenarios also we will discuss. Here, as is shown here, first I maintain the rates table. This is the rate table I have maintained. Two records I have maintained here. This is my model date dimension, and I have enabled here, right? So this setting is the third one. First setting is once you define your currency for the measure, currency unit you specify here, which dimension, which currency it should read, and then uh, organization type dimension you maintain here. Okay. Now the third one is the model preferences. You activate your currency dimension. Sorry, you activate your currency conversion settings. Now after this one, here you can see the calculations, right? Let me save these settings. These settings we are saving here. Now model structure, go to the calculations. Here, already I did something. Okay. Here you can see conversion measures. right? This is measure conversion. So whatever the measure you want to convert, whether it is the currency conversion or unit conversion, here you can see add currency conversion measure or add unit conversion measure. That's why generally I say SAC is not the financial planning application only. It can deal with non-financial planning applications also by converting the units, and we can maintain the units also in the planning system. So here I'm taking the currency conversion measure, and let us maintain currency conversion here like mm, EFX. EFX. I'm keeping like EFX value, or what we do. I maintain USD conversion. I maintain USD conversion. This is USD conversion I have maintained. Okay, so this is here you see conversion measures I maintain. Once I create this measure, and you see source measure sign data only. So the source measure is just only one measure we have here, because this is the account based model. In this account based model, we maintain only one measure, that is the either sign data or you can call it as anyone, right? So this is the one measure we have maintained, and here you can see target measure, target currency. You can see the different, I mean fixed and from dimension. From where you call your target currency. You want to call your target currency from the dimension, the same dimension it will show, country it will show. Okay, and let us first go with fixed one, and here you can see USD sign data. Okay, and advanced settings you can see here. Advanced settings, here you can see category dynamic, actuals, budget, planning, forecast, rolling forecast, specific. Actually, these all the things we can maintain in our currency conversion table. Right here, you see current category. If you go here, all the things you can see here. All these options are available here also. Other than dynamic, if you go to the dynamic, the dynamically it will select the respective category, and you can specify. You can specifically specify which category you want to execute. Okay, here if you go with the forecast and the date it is showing, you need to select your date here. Okay, so here you have the options: booking date, fixed date, booking date minus one, booking date plus one. This is interesting scenario actually. What is booking date? In SAC, we are calling book date and book date. That is the terminology generally we use. Book date in the sense like if if any key is having the value, that is the booked record. If that key is having null record, that is unbooked record. That is the SAC terminology. So if you follow the same terminology, if you take the suppose fixed date, you need to specify the date here, right? You need to specify the date. Here I have maintained, suppose October 1st I maintained. What is the value I have maintained? Sorry, 9. Valid from 901 I maintained. Let me go with 901, September 1st. Second. Okay. So I have maintained the fixed date I have maintained, and I know the values are starting from this one, September 1st, 2024 onwards. This forecast one is getting started. Book date is available from here onwards, right? So I'm taking this value, forecast one, and Fixed date I have taken, and target currency also I am making the fixed one, USD. And if you look at here, you can see the currency conversion failed. Please provide missing rates for all needed rate types, categories in the rate table, ticker FX. Something missed. One advantage of this one is it will show what are the missing rates are there, so that we can understand what are the rates we need to maintain in our rates model or rates table. Okay, if you click on here, okay, save the setting. It is proposing somewhere some fields, right? Here source currency it is showing target currency and valid from these values already we have maintained in our table, right? But it is telling category, rate version, rate type should be the blank. These values should be blank. But what we have done, category we have maintained forecast, right? So I'm canceling it here. Let us investigate what is the value, what is the issue here with this setting. Here, this is what we are seeing, right? Add missing rates we are seeing. Why this one it is showing? Add missing rates. Here, even I change it from the fixed date to the fixed date in the sense my date starting from September 1st onwards. Even I given the September 1st, it is still showing add missing rates. If I select the suppose booking date means from what date data has been booked, right? The booking date here, uh, where is that report? Yeah, booking date is here September 2024 onwards, right? My forecast data is available from September 2024 onwards. So in this table also I maintained from valid from 2024 0901 I maintained. That's fine. This is what my configuration. What I'm trying to do, okay, my forecast version should run for the rate type average for this source and target. It always multiplies exchange rates. Okay, so that's the configuration here I have maintained. But what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing some issue, right? Add missing rates it is. So some miss it is telling that you have not maintained the rates properly for this configuration it is telling. Let us go and see what it is telling. Okay, let us save it. Okay, this is what it is showing. You need to maintain this data like this. No, but not like this. I don't want to maintain like this because I will miss the category, right? So I want to run this calculation only for particular category, for only for the forecast versions I want to run. If you maintain the category blank, what happens? Your actuals also will be converted based on the planned exchange rates. So that process I want to avoid. I don't want to run my actuals for the planned exchange rates. So just from here, what you need to do, you go back here. Then here it will show you this screen, and here it will read your source model. Okay, it will read your source model, it will read your sign data based on these parameters, whatever the configuration here you have given. The system will identify what data set you missed in your rates table. So here you see one option, add category dependent rates. I want to add the category dependent rates also. So when you go with the nest, so you are searching what are the rates you missed. Okay, it is telling okay this up to this it is okay, but rate type you have to maintain blank. But rate type also I want to maintain. But rate type it is showing some error here. Why it is showing error here? Why? Because I intentionally not set that rate type for one. I intentionally didn't set that for the sign data in this model. Here you see sign data rate type I have not set. Why I didn't set this rate type? Because I'm following the GL account here. Because sign data, if I maintain the rate type average, this GL account may have the balance sheet accounts also, right? It will have income accounts and it will have income statement accounts and balance sheet accounts, INC, EXP, asset and liability equity accounts also it will have. So all these accounts will not follow the average rate type. They will follow, one account will follow the average, the balance sheet accounts will follow closing a rate type. If I follow the average rate type, then here conflict arises between the GL account and signed date. That's what we have seen. Prioritization, one setting we have seen right here in this configuration, structured priority. Here we have seen right. So which one you prefer here? Do you want to go with the measures priority or do you want to go with the GL account priority? That is the conflict arises. So here we have to specify it's a priority. Right now what I'm doing here, a rate type average I'm maintaining. Okay. I will save this model structure I am saving. Now I go to the, where is this? Yeah, let us go to the calculations. This is generally we call it as calculation workspace. Okay, this is calculation workspace. Here you create the calculated measures and conversion measures. So here already we have created one conversion measure. See here, once I set the uh, rate type, the system immediately calculated currency conversion. It is showing all the values in the dollar sign only. Let us go with it is showing preview actually. This is okay how your data looks like, whether your currency conversion is happening or not. It is showing. So here I will go to the date. Here itself we can preview our data. Go to the select hierarchy. Here you can select flat presentation. So your 2024-09 records it is showing, and if you want to call your data source, file data source. Oh, okay. Is it actual? Okay, sorry. Here version is actual. It is showing. That is the problem. Let us select the forecast. Okay. So forecast version I have taken. Your values are it is showing dollar. All the values it is showing in the dollar only. USD conversion it is showing. Sign data. Why it is not showing sign data? Okay, okay. This is your sign data is not there. Forecast it is there in the sign data also. Sign data USD conversion. Both are selected. Let me pull the country also here. Country wise it is showing. See 200 it is. Okay. The sign data. This is the sign data right now. So sign data 200 it is showing 2.4 dealers. Sorry, 2.4 dollars it is showing. Almost 1.2 we maintain, right? So it is converting the values into the dollar. All the pound sign you can see dollar to dollar the value, right? rupee to dollar. This is also right. This is pound, 200 pounds, $240. This is also fine. So your values are getting converted here into the currency conversion. This is how simple the currency conversion process now. Okay, just you need to maintain your configuration properly in your uh, sign data and organizational type dimension, and then rate model in the sense conversion table you have to maintain properly. And here you can see advanced settings, forecast, booking date, you can see here, right? You can take the booking date or fixed date. If you take the fixed date, you have to specify the date when the booking has got started. So what is the disadvantage here? Once you hard code it, if suppose your data has been changed to some other booking date, then your currency conversion will not work. That is the one drawback. That's why I always go with the booking date. And what is the booking date minus one, booking date plus one? Let us understand these two things also. If you go for booking date minus one, it will show year, quarter, month. Which data set you want to read from the booking date onwards? You want to go back to the minus one, or you want to go back to the, you want to go back to the previous year, you want to go back to the previous quarter from the booking date onwards, you want to go back to the previous month from the booking date month. So if you suppose if your booking date is now it is showing September 2024, right? So if you take month booking date minus month, it will start to read from the August onwards. If you go to the quarter, the previous quarter it will select minus one. It is right. In the same way, year 2024 September, it will start to read from the 2026 September onwards. In the same way, booking date plus one also you can see here the same way. So booking date is nothing but from what date or from what period your data is available in your model. That's what first you need to identify. Based on it, you configure your conversion table. I will revert this change to the booking date so that you can see here. So here in the preview, we are showing this data, right? Let me save this one. I saved this one. Now let us go to the report. This is my financial planning report. Okay, we are in the financial planning report, right? Let me call this measure. Whether will it call the measure? FX is there. No, our measure name is something different. Let me refresh this report. I will refresh this report so that I think I may be able to retrieve the conversion measure. I'm in the financial planning. Okay, we have changed. We didn't change this one. Okay, let me change it. Okay, anyhow, first let me go and okay, here is my conversion measure. Okay, so here you can see USD conversion, right? All the values you can see corresponding USD conversion for the sign data. Only September it is showing. So this data, let me check the time. And time I want to display in the column I have displayed. What about version? Version also let me select so that you can see conversion for USD conversion for okay, actual also converting here. Okay, I will look into that one, that issue actually. Okay, this is the converted values actually. This is what our focus is on this one. But system configuration is taken that this one also. That is the issue. I will look into it one. Okay. So this is how we maintain the currency conversion in the SAC system, and the configuration also you have seen, right? And there is a one more thing you can, I will show you here itself. So here one important thing we can notice, this is the account based model, right? If I go here add dimension, you remember that here there is no cross calculation option. That is one important thing we need to remember when we are working with the measure based model. Okay. So in the coming session, in the coming video, I will explain you what is the importance of the cross calculation and its importance in the currency conversion also. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.